Well, there's the long and the short of it all there in Myrtlebank, a great property with Peter and Jordan. Now, if you're looking to catch some of SA's finest homes, of course you can see them in 3D. You can see it on smart TV or look it up on YouTube, Toop 3D. So worth checking out some of those magnificent properties that we've got for sale. Now, still in the studio with me is Ben Yates, of course the SA General Manager of the Aspen Group, and Ben, well, also President, of course, of the Property Council. Ben, just following on as President there, we mentioned quickly stamp duty, land tax, all that sort of thing. Clearly part of the role is lobbying government, and we have elections coming up. Got any lunches planned with people to have a bit of a discussion on these things?
Well, look, we're always trying to get our view across to the point where if we're annoying, we're annoying. It's for a greater good. But look, we're pretty concerned about where things are going in some capacities.
Yep.
We're obviously, demand is a big factor. Population growth is something that we're pretty vocal on, that we want to see in the state. We want to see South Australia get back its regional status of migration. Because the underlying demand comes from people and from population, and that's something that we need to continue to make sure that we're focused on in South Australia.
I just recount a conversation I had with a chap who was retiring, or sorry, he's retired down at Glenelg the other day, and he was coming up with some quite good ideas about stamp duty and the like, and he was saying to me, why don't you people lobby the government in the same way as first home buyers have had concessions? Why don't, given that we have this ageing population and they're the people who are probably predominantly moving at the moment, why don't we lobby the government to create some concession for older people who might have need for a stamp duty concession to move around, and other than staying
not
in
a silly idea, at all.
I'd love to see a forum where some people threw some ideas around that got thrown back to the.
Well, we're always open for business, Tim. Nathan Payne, Executive Director here in South Australia, so we're happy for. He's always happy to hear ideas that we can prosecute on behalf of our members and anybody else. Yeah. But we're always advocating for changes that can make and reform and legislation changes that can make it a more vibrant city.
So clearly someone could email in and speak to Nathan
absolutely.
while he's still around.
While he's still around, that's
exactly.
right, that's right. Yeah. We'll keep him working harder before he goes.
Good. Now perhaps just to jump back to your business, the Aspen Group, I'm fascinated by the precinct with which you're working in. Obviously Victoria Square is being revamped and redeveloped, and a lot of money being spent there. You've got the Central Market, the hotel, the tram, all run through that. It is the heart of the city. Clearly, it's a very exciting.
Well, that's spot. Right. Vibrancy is about different aspects. So transport's important, public places are important, infrastructure is important, buildings are important. So you need those working together to create places of interest that people want to come to. So look, we're big fans of what Adelaide City Council is pushing with Victoria Square. Albeit it's watered down from the original master plan, but it's certainly a step in the right direction. So we'd like to see that continue with the master plan they have. There's a fair bit happening. The Adelaide Oval due for completion next year.
Absolutely.
$500 million. You've got the convention centre, circa $350 million. The new hospital, the SAMRI building. The Riverbank precinct, as well as some interesting developments going on around the CBD. Some apartment projects that are occurring. There's a new hotel being built on Grenfell Street with the Hines Group. So there are, and there's obviously plans for festival theatre and the like. So, there are a number of things that are working together to make, and the challenge for us is to create a vibrant, active city, and development is part of that.
Yeah. We'll have to update a segment that we did a couple of months ago on Toop TV about all that was being done around that River Torrens precinct.
There's a lot happening.
Last thought, Adelaide Oval, football, cricket, a whole new dynamic. Can you see that affecting values and whatnot? Mainly residentially.
Tim, I'm off to see my team, I shouldn't say it, Carlton tomorrow night versus Hawthorn at the MCG. And one of the things when you go to Etihad Stadium is you see 35, 40,000 people steaming out of that place after the game and before. You see the restaurants busy, you see the bars busy, you see the cafes busy. That's what we need. We need people in the CBD, and we need business to flourish accordingly.
Well, outstanding. Keep up the good work. If people are interested in finding out a bit more about Aspen Group, it's aspengroup.com.au.
That's right. Go to our website and you can email me from there.
Beautiful.
Thanks,
Ben,
Tim.
thanks very much for coming
Pleasure.
in. It's been good to catch up again.
Thanks very much.
All right. Now we're going to go and have a look at some of our hot properties.
Well, that's all we have time for on today's show, but make sure you continue to watch this space. As Adelaide continues to change, we endeavour to bring you all of the latest updates. Now, if you're after a home which offers world-class views, then don't miss next week's show as we go to Torrens Park to see a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So join us then next Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on Toop TV. But for now, here are some more hot properties.